Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you how I turned this dress into a ruched midi skirt. Let's start off by turning the dress inside out. I'm also keeping the original bottom hem. Grab a fitted midi skirt and place it on top of your fabric. Trace the pattern with a 1/2 inch seam allowance on both sides. Cut off the sleeves and set them aside. We'll be using these extra fabric later for our ruching strips and waistband.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build up of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
For your strips to go through. But I forgot to stop at the starting point of the slit and sewed all the way down, but we'll fix that later. Now open up the seam of the slit and pin them down. The seams will be used as the tunnel for your ruching strips. Sew along the edges of your seams. And should look like this. For the ruching strips, we're gonna need 2 long strips, almost the same length as the skirt. To make the strips, I folded the fabric in half right side together and sewed 1/3 of an inch away from the folded side. Trim off the excess fabric. Using your smallest safety pin, turn the strips inside out. So since I stitched all the way to the bottom hem, I'm gonna need to rip out the seam using a seam ripper until I get to the starting point of the slit. Now that I'm reaching close to the starting point of the slit, I'm carefully unraveling the stitches using the blunt side of the seam ripper to avoid cutting the thread. Tie a knot to secure the stitching of the ruching tunnel. To insert the strips, cut a small hole at the bottom of the tunnel. Just make sure you don't cut through your skirt. Now I'm attaching the safety pin again to the strip and inserting that strip through the tunnel. I'm just feeding that through the casing until it comes out of the other end. Pin and sew the top part to secure the strips in place. Okay, now time to work on the waistband. For the waistband, cut a length of fabric that equals your waistline measurement plus 2 cm seam allowance. Place your cutout piece on top of your fabric and use it as a guideline to cut out a second piece. Pin and sew the side seams using a straight stitch, right side together. I then use a zigzag stitch to finish the edges. Tie a knot to secure the stitch. Join the elastic into a circle by putting the ends together and stitch across the joined ends. With the right side together, enclose the elastic by folding the fabric in half lengthways and secure with pins. Now attach the waistband to your skirt by simply pinning the raw edges of the band to the right side of the skirt's waistline and sew in place over to the bottom edge using a zigzag stitch. Sew a straight stitch 1 cm away from the edge. Be careful not to stitch the elastic down so it'll be able to stretch around the casing. We are almost done. And lastly, I'm just finishing off the side seams of the skirt with a zigzag stitch or a serger if you have one. There you have it, your ruched midi skirt. Just pull the strings for the ruching effect and tie them into a bow. So yeah, that's it. I hope you learned a thing or two. Hopefully you'll try it out, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!